Hey guys, Team Double here, and today we shall be reviewing the Nokia 8 in 2018 and is it still worth it or not. So stay tuned till the end of the video to find out.
Taking trips cause I never tripped on what they said. If you speaking from your heart, naysayers gon' aim for your head.
So let's start from the design first. The Nokia 8 looks quite a bit like the HTC U11 but with metal rear casing instead of glass with plastic ends for both the antennas. It looks and feels quite nice with the rounded edges helping the Nokia 8 fit in the hand nicely. It is also reasonably light for its size at 160 grams, but it's just a bit on the boring side. A sort of nothing to see here kind of deal. 4 colors are available: tempered blue, polished blue, steel and polished copper. The front of the phone is distinctively plain aside from the Nokia logo in the corner. Capacitive navigation button straddle a fingerprint sensor that's too small and not quite sunken enough. At 5.3 inches, Nokia 8 has a rather unusual screen size. It is not the most ideal situation with so many similarly sized phones having a larger display, typically around 5.5 inches. The screen to body ratio here doesn't even reach 70%. So it is a similar problem to the Xperia XZ1. Bezels aside, the screen is quite nice and bright when needed. Quad HD resolution means everything is superbly crisp. The main difference if you compare its LCD panel to an LED phone is the contrast. Blacks are closer to grey and the white is on the red side of things. Although the latter makes it more like a reading mode, so can be more comfortable to look at. Like some rivals, the display is always on, which means that some information is shown even when the screen is off. It is a bit dim but does the job. Like so many others, the Nokia 8 has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 processor with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. You get 6GB of RAM in the cheaper OnePlus 5, but for some in the inclusion of a microSD card, that will be more useful. You can add up to 256 more gigs of storage. In gaming wise, we have no problems with the Nokia 8. It is still useful and can run probably any game at the highest graphics settings. Like core specs, connectivity options are becoming pretty standard too. To that end, the Nokia 8 has a dual band Wi-Fi, GPS, NFC and Bluetooth 5.0. Although it's not only got the category 9 LTE, that won't make a noticeable difference compared to the devices with a theoretical faster peak download speed. As mentioned earlier, there is a headphone jack, so you don't need to rely on USB Type-C or wireless headphones. Having a fingerprint scanner for security is reliable and easy, and the Nokia 8 is below the screen, where arguably it is the most useful despite many bezels. However, there are some issues with the sensor. As mentioned earlier, the sensor isn't quite sunken in the glass enough, which is a shame, but the bigger problem is that it's not very big. It's about half of the size of the OnePlus 5's fingerprint scanner, and we found it's quite annoying at times. Cameras. As ever, cameras are important and it's perhaps a slight surprise to find dual lenses at the back at this price. Nokia has opted for 2 13 megapixel sensor with one offering a color and other monochrome. The portrait mode was good but not as good as other phones, but it is really good to find one. There is an IR rangefinder, dual tone flash with f2.0 aperture, and luckily the optical stabilization, which is only found on the color sensor. The camera app is really clean and the detailing in the pictures is really good. Coming to the battery life, inside the Nokia 8 is a 3090 mAh of battery size, which is about average for a flagship phone. The phone doesn't quite feature the charging but support the quick charge 3.0, and a fast charger is luckily included in the box. You can get 50% with the 30 minutes of charge, which is quite impressive. The Nokia 8 doesn't ship with the latest version of Android P, but it is running on Android 8.0 Oreo right now. So far you have to wait for the Android P. However, an upgrade is on its way. And should you buy this phone? Well, the Nokia 8 is available in a price range where I would definitely recommend you to go with it. It has a major con, which is the waterproofing. It is just IP55 or 54 water resistant and it is not waterproof. It means you can get it a bit wet but merge it into the water. Although it is priced right now at $350, which is a really good price range, and I guess you should be getting it instead of any other phone in this price segment because it's just clean and it's just a beautiful device. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe to Team AA if you haven't done it yet. This is Razor Sun and I'm signing out. Peace out.